everyone, my name is Nadir and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be taking you through one of my flights on my recent trip to Europe on board Easyjet from Venice Marco Polo International to London Gatwick. Sorry for not uploading for these last couple weeks, but I've been really busy with school, but hopefully this trip report will make up for it. Check-in at Venice Airport is located on the lower level for all Easyjet flights. There are automated bag drop areas, however Easyjet employees are also on hand to help customers with checking in. The queues can get really busy, so get to the airport as quickly as possible or check in for your Easyjet flight and download their app to obtain your e-ticket. The duty-free section in Venice is located right after the security area. Although it was smaller than the duty-free areas in London, it still had all the essentials travelers might want to purchase. Venice Airport has a lot of seating and the terminal has quite large windows, meaning it's quite easy to get great views of the ramp. However, power outlets are scarcely spread around the terminal. Here you can see an Air France A320 loading up for Paris Charles de Gaulle and a Voltea 717 hiding in the background. Let's talk more about tonight's flight, which is operated by Easyjet Europe on their A320-214 with the registration OE-IZQ. Luckily for me, tonight's flight is painted in a special Berlin livery, which looked quite great on the fuselage of the aircraft. Now when flying in Europe, I highly recommend flying Easyjet. They provide sufficient legroom, their crew is always friendly, and their fares are super cheap if you book in advance. Now Easyjet and Ryanair are two of the most popular low-cost carriers in Europe, and I want you to leave in the comments below who do you think is the better of the two. After taking a short bus ride to the aircraft, I boarded Easyjet flight 8072 and took my seat at 9A. I quickly explored the features of my seat, which were quite slim, although still comfortable. The top of the seat had room for various reading materials, such as the safety card, onboard menu, and in-flight magazine. Fun facts about Easyjet is that they are the largest carrier in all of Europe, containing A319s, A320s, A320neos, and the A321neo across their fleet. Now, the tray table was an average size, but if you look closely, it wasn't cleaned at all and had disgusting stains all over it. I wasn't going to take my chances by eating off it. Easyjet also has a small storage pocket on the back of their seats, which was useful for storing my GoPro and other small cables I'd need during the flight. When I hear the term low-cost carrier, ultimately I think the legroom is going to be horrible. However, being 5'10", I found the legroom to be quite generous for the hour and 45-minute long flight. Bus boarding took a little longer than expected, so my flight pushed out only 10 minutes behind schedule. Since our flight was full, overhead bin space was limited, and many larger cabin bags were gate-checked at no extra cost. I apologize for the glare in this takeoff clip. I tried my best to darken the surroundings by turning off the overhead lights, but this is the best I got. Now I'll quiet down a little bit and let you enjoy this evening takeoff from Venice on runway 4 right. All the way to London. Now I've heard Ryanair posts their safety cards on the seat backs to get rid of the storage pocket. However, I'm a fan of the physical form provided by Easyjet. The duty-free catalog was extensive and was fun to read through and help pass the time. The in-flight magazine was also a good read and distracted me from the fact that there was no in-flight entertainment, so I highly recommend bringing a device on board that has movies or TV shows pre-downloaded. Now, I don't think IFE is necessary on a 2-hour flight, however, it sucked to not have anything to watch flying on Easyjet flights over 2.5 hours. This is the bistro menu I found in the seat pocket, however, food offerings weren't advertised anywhere in it, only drinks, so ask your crew for what's available. Now, a buy on board service was available on this flight, and I didn't purchase anything. However, it's nice to know Easyjet accepts credit cards and cash so long as it's in exact change. Now, as our flight started our approach into South London, there was still sunlight visible on the horizon. Overall, Easyjet was a great airline to fly on in Europe, with great service and a decent seat to relax in, and I'll definitely travel on them again. Now, I'll pipe down once again so that you can enjoy the landing footage at London Gatwick. Here's the short final for runway 08. Landing, it's a short taxi to the North Terminal. This was my first time seeing a bridge over a taxiway, and it's a stunning piece of architecture and an engineering feat. Now, I know I stated in a previous video I'd review my Easyjet flight to Innsbruck, however I slept for most of that flight and didn't have a lot of footage to compile a decent trip report. I hope this made up for it, and I hope you enjoyed this one. In the next video, I'll be reviewing my flight on board the WestJet 767-300ER from London Gatwick to Calgary and their plus seats, otherwise known as Premium Economy. This will also mean I'll compile a video detailing how the WestJet 787-9 business class is a much needed upgrade to the plus seats on the Calgary to London Gatwick route. Now, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and liking the video for more amazing content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.